1 p.m. I was going to start 11 minutes ago, but I forgot I need to scan this. I just pencil and ink this over at my, I see. Right sure I still need to do that.
Not to be making a pun. That's really scraping the bottom of the barrel. I've seen that green slime. We've shown the green slime. That's rough.
Pencil and ink this over at my Facebook page, 7 to 8 p.m. or 7 to 8:04. That's the other thing. I stopped late, of course. Um, okay, I'm gonna stop that, turn this over, and let me find where I'm live here. And we're gonna pay. We're gonna paint this. I'm gonna. What you all plan on coming through here? I'm painting this. You just stay where you are, and I'll stay where I am. Ooh, I really need to scan this again. All right, hold on just a second. Let me just scan. I can't believe I forgot the. I'm gonna do something else here too while I think about it. This really should come all the way down here. Just go ahead. I will do that. Do this. There we go. I think that's a little better than what I had. All right, hold on just a second. Then we'll just do something else here real quick. Well, I scan this. Wish I could. Now that I think about it, I could have done this scanning before. Uh, the old scanner. Well, okay. Well, I can share. I've got so much to share. I can share what I just shared over at Facebook. Okay, because those who see Facebook can't see this. Not easily, unless you're connected to both. I don't know how many are. Just a quick. This is a book I just picked up at. Hold on. I'm sorry. Gar's still in there somewhere. Where the hell's Gar? All right, Gar, I need to go away. Ooh, do. That's not what I wanted. How do I get this? Go away. All right, here I get the scanner. I was at a book sale yesterday in another county that I'm in, and I pop. Okay, and scan. Still need to find Gar the Ghoul. Facebook Serenade Radio. I don't know where I have it. Serenade should be over there. It is. So, well, I think this is. No, I guess that's not it. Can't turn Gar off. He's missing. He's in the. Oh, here he is. Okay, turn the sound off. There we go. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna click live. I picked. So there's you guys are using a little scanner. Here we are. Oh wow, my sound's so much better. Whoa, the sound is so much better than Facebook. Wow. um, okay. I've got everything I need. I'm just gonna okay. At this book sale, these kids, typically young people, are scanning with little scanners all the UPCs, which are these. And they scan them and they find out if there's any value to the book, basically by comparing usually saying how much it originally was. So that's not on here at all. This one, I'll share this another time, but let's say how much it was. But it showed what its value is or what you could sell it for, or what it's selling for. And those are all guesstimates. Most of the scanners are lying anyway, which is something else to get into, but be that as it may. So this 20-year-old kid is scanning all these books in the art part of the book sale. And I saw him go past the Arthur Rackham, and then I saw him go by the Frederick Remington book, both of which priced at $2. Two, two. And that's most book sales still today are $1 for hardcover, 50 cents for paperback. Thus, these would be 50 cents. This is a pricey place for this, and I'm not talking about resale. These are I'm not selling these, but I saw them scan both of these and go right by them, and I saw the Frederick Remington is worth a lot more than $2, but this Rackham's worth a lot more, and I know that because I know books. So when I saw him pass it, I thought, "Okay, I'm just gonna pick this up because if he's dumb enough to miss this because he doesn't know anything about books, all he knows about is how to scan and follow whatever the stupid directives are. I know better." So I went and picked this up anyway. It's a nice book. Got some wonderful illustrations in it. Not what they're not actually my favorite. I don't like Rackham. His fingers look angry and evil, and there's just a lot of even this, the hands here just really, I don't like it. The children are nice, but a lot of stuff here. Let me see if I can show something I did show. Even the girl looks a little threatening more than she looks happy or innocent. But that's how Rackham drew. And Rackham did a lot of black and white. This is color illustration work he did. And he's known for doing a ton of books in the eight. This is from 1918. Hold on, let me see what this is. Oh, they actually have the names of these are basically plates. Those from 1918. So he drew in the late 1800s to 1918 again, taking the keys of the castle, unlocked all the doors. All right, so this is so now there's some scantily clad individuals here too, and even more. I didn't see these, but all right. So he's a very good illustrator, but I don't like how his work tends to look angry. But the one thing it definitely is, he's best known for doing fantasy illustrations. That he's known for, like that. And this did get a little bent. I may have done that. Oh, it's recent, but I'm not planning to sell it anyway. Okay, I scanned it. It's done. I think I got what I need. Yes, sir. Either let's paint. I may be able to get my asparagus paint. Gonna try to do it between and got off track. That fits. Look at all- Since I've got the iridescent paint, I should you right? Ow. Oh, where it is on this case. Pulled it out months and months. So here we go. Iridescent paint. And I want to do that on the wings. Okay. And I've got my brushes, which are here. These are the same brushes I used earlier this week. And I've got some water all set. And I have to calm down. I'm so used to doing artwork very quickly that and here's my $5 pop shelf watercolors. I actually have my big watercolor set here, but this will do. And I also have an iridescent set. Is that- Yes. No, it's not good. There it is. Yeah, maybe I should use this iridescence. Again, I got it. Why not? This is also from Pop Shelf. Brushes here make cheap and too. See, oh, I've never used these. I got so many brushes. It's really bad how many brushes I have. A lot of paint. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Well, for this, let me first get into this. Let me get to the screen. I'm not even have the live screen because I was scanning. Okay. And those both sets are $5. And I was in there, I guess I was in there last um just a few weeks ago, and they were still $5. Everything else has gone up, but these paints are the same price, and I do recommend them. Now the thing is I wanna go slow, and that's very hard for me to do, so let me try. I'll be going live here tomorrow at 7, and I mean to do a leprechaun, the good people. I'm not sure what Arthur Rackham used for his paints, and someone listening may. I don't, but I don't know if it was watercolor. Some very thin, some variation thereof, and so on. I forgot earlier this week to paint feet. I can remember that this time. I'm gonna get a little more water. Still doing this faster. I need to slow down, guys. But if you're watching, thank you. If you get a chance to thumbs up, if you think it's worth it, please do. I'm no, I'm not actually doing this for any particular reason. It's not a project I'm on. It's just trying out a technique that I've not used before. Seems to work pretty good. Definitely getting good reaction to it. The one I did yesterday got a lot of reaction on my Facebook page, which I was kind of surprised about. People like this fancy stuff. I'm not a fancy person. I can make up cartoony, ridiculous things, satire, which is, I guess, is a form of fantasy. Making fun of stuff. That's fun. Doing it all my life professionally, being paid to do it. I may go ahead and pop open this. And you get at pop shelves, you can find these, and they have a whole art area. Well, my friend Ann Sabo uses goes there for art supplies. She has one very close to her home. I have to drive a little bit. Of course, it's easier right now. I'm going to be moving. Who knows how far away I may or may not be from it after I move. You know what I may do? I think I'm going to do. There's a put some lay down some regular yellow and then go over it with iridescent after it dries, just so I can get some color going in here. But if you're watching, want to make a comment, say hello, go right ahead. I'm best when I have an audience. It's what I've been doing for so long. Some people like it real quiet. I can't stand. Some of the iridescence still coming out of them off the brush here. I can mix it. What happens if I mix it? I don't know. So if something explodes here, you know why. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of. All right, we'll let it dry. Let's see the caterpillar do something. Yeah, that would be good. Let me try. I mix this and a little bit of that yellow. I'm taking up a little bit of this iridescent, some yellow. See what happens. Excuse me. One reason I'm coming in this late is that if you really want to get an audience in YouTube, you better go late. Don't go early. They're not going to come about. I just get tired at night, so I typically don't do things. I used to stay up all night, but I'm getting older, and I think it does get to you. I've also had a very, very busy few weeks here with the antiquarian book fair last weekend. This weekend, I don't have anything particularly scheduled. Next week gets busy again, really, really busy. And I don't know what. Color should do her dress thing, but I'm open. I think maybe something a little purplish, one of these little purple guys over here, or does some purple things. It's kind of pinkish purple, but let me see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna go with some pretty flat color here, right in there. Oh, it's iridescent. That's in my way. Some red. And what? How y'all doing? Hi, everybody. How y'all? It's been hot here. We've been 90s, very warm. I was at that book sale yesterday. I'm standing outside before it started, and whoa, it was warm. Couldn't believe how many people were there. About a couple hundred for the place to open. It was a lot. I may add this to just because I'm doing it. I might add it as something for sale over at Fine Art America because I don't know how I'd send it because I don't mail things. Ha ha ha. It's true. I don't. You want me to mail you something? You'll never get it. Have to get others to mail things for me. But I also have some illustrations I want to get done too. Being binged all over the place. All right, hold on. I think maybe something about this broadcast. Let me see what this is all about. Okay, I thought it was. I thought, okay, Kim Allen just sent a message. She tuned into this YouTube thing. I mean, she may be doing it right now. But anyway, sometimes people will warn me and say, "Hey, your sound isn't working" or something, and they'll send it to me through Facebook and not through YouTube, which is fine. Some reason she can't send messages through here. Through can't post. I don't know why. And I'm sorry if you're not able to. Let me know. Send me a private message or let me know if you can. If you can't post messages, because I don't know why you can't. Can you see this? Yes. Because I don't know. I'm no computer guru. I don't know what's going on. I'm just sore. So I might put this over at Fine Art America for sale. My half brother is very good about he can really mail things, which I really appreciate because I just can't do it. I'll let that dry a little bit. I hope that looks okay for what it's worth. I'll get a little light gray here. I think this is gray. Thank you all for watching. Actually, I don't even have the YouTube thing on. I went back to Facebook to do this. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Sean the archivist. Oh, there you are. Hey, Sean here from the Curtis Studio. May I include one of your videos in it? Yeah, go right ahead, Sean. Thank you for doing those. I'm really, people like to say I do. I'm not an artist. I'm a Florida historian and a political gadfly. I just happen to do artwork. So on the from the history side, greatly appreciate you doing that. So I do my little swampy books. Okay, this I don't know if you consider this cartoon. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Frankly, I like be doing political cartoons if I had a home to do them in. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, go check out Sean the Archivist page for videos of cartoonists at work. Well, I know a lot of them guys. Yeah, the great Jerry Dowling died here a week ago, and I have bunches of photos with Jerry, but they are not handy. Well, I would have posted them because he and his wife Jerry and we all would have a lot of fun. My kind of fun is not most people's fun involves alcohol and things. That's not me. Just and Jerry, I think Jerry drank. I don't even remember. But we get together and just have fun, just talk and silly stuff. He's a huge baseball fan. I should ask him. A friend of mine joined us our last live. He's a huge baseball fan. I wonder if she's familiar with his work. I've got one of his books full of cartoons about baseball. He drew for the Cincinnati Enquirer. And if you were in Cincinnati, you knew Jerry Dowling because he was all over the place. Great guy. We all got to go, and so 85. He hit the road. If he was nearby, I'd go to his services, but I don't know what you're doing about that. I wonder if any cartoonists go at all. Surprised at how few people are going to services. I don't know if they just think they're getting depressed or what. I think one thing that doesn't help is people want to. They don't want to say died or dead. They want to say passed, which really makes zero sense. But all right, if you're going to do it, but come to the service if you know the people. Just had a couple services here recently. I was surprised at the low turnout. People I know are well known. Do you? I don't know what's going on with people's heads. I really, really don't. There's Sean again. Of course, yeah. Go check out Sean's. You got a bunch of them. I can't remember them all. He had some Jim. I'm not a Jim Davis fan as a person specifically, but he had Jim Davis on there, and I think he had John Rose was on there. Oh, and when I was a member of the National Cartoon Society, used to attend all those things, hang out with all those guys. Sometimes we'd hang out other times too, depending on whatever. But I enjoyed hanging around with the Dowlings. I sure did. I did. I'm gonna do something different, similar to what I did. I'm not sure I'm gonna do those. Did I use a thicker brush? I don't remember. Let's see what happens here. And thank everybody. If you get a chance to thumbs up, I appreciate it. I love to get more. I love to hit 300 subscribers. Yeah, and it's silly because it'd be great to hit 3,000, but 300 would be just ducky. And this is a different technique for me. I'm trying to slow down. It's so hard. I can't tell you how hard it is. It's so hard to do this. My whole career as a cartoonist has been one of dashing these things off, and quick succession, but I'm trying this to see. It does seem to work. I admit. Yeah, I could use a big thick brush, but that's exactly where I'd be going really fast. I don't want to go really fast. I'm trying to slow down. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. I'll try to keep an eye on the chatter area. And please do. I really appreciate if you want to chat because that's what I'm good at. Is keeping an audience, drawing caricatures for events for so many years. I'm used to chatting with folks and hearing back from them and interact, and I'm not used to solitude. Come in here and just I don't want to make it a solid green. Just all right. Anyone doing anything for St. Patrick's Day? I'm Uh, and that's Tuesday, by the way. I've got to do something on Tuesday, but I'm going to make sure somehow I figure it out. I may be very tired, but I plan on coming on here to do something for St. Patrick's Day because I do like this is the first year haven't done much for this time of celebrating the Irish history. I do want to do that. I'll do so. So I may go live Monday too. That's kind of what's getting this, have me here doing these fairies and tomorrow I'll do something with one of the good people. Is this a long way to go? Oh, you betcha. It's very uncomfortable for me, quite frankly, because I just want to get it done, go on to the next thing. That's hard to do. Little brush strokes there, at least. Hopefully, this is looking okay. What do you think? Oh, met Gary Barker a few weeks ago in Sarasota. I do not know Gary Barker. I know Sarasota. Jeff LaHerde's the historian over there, the knowledgeable one. Is Gary Barker a historian over there too? I don't know him. You were in Sarasota? Tell me. I could. Good golly, I was a few weeks ago. I'll meet up with you. And the history of Sarasota, I will have to get into some of that here. I was going to create a whole nother page, but I think I'm going to just focus and have both covered here. But history of Sarasota is pretty interesting from the from the development that I mean, what the Palmers did there alone is quite something. But it was of course, John Ringling. But with Bertha Palmer, well, after Mr. Palmer died, the Palmers are from Chicago, Palmer House and all that. But when they got to Florida and started to work out if you see some early pictures of Sarasota, which are fine. I mean, we should have dirt roads. We shouldn't have paved. But those sand dirt roads, they're the ones who built the bank there on the corner, what now is now known as Five Points. Oddly enough, in the center of Five Points was a water pump. No kidding. People would ride their horse carts up to the water pump the water out, water their horses or their cows. Sometimes they took oxen in there too. No kidding. And that 5 Point spot is still there today, right there. It's now known as Main Street, and the Palmer Hotel. The Palmer Bank is now gone, but you- that that spot of where the pump was is still there, though it's covered up. And of course, Joe's Bar. Yeah, now I'm blanking out. Gator Bar. Gator Bar is one of our not just one of our older bars, but also it's a fascinating one because you go inside, it's all brick. It's a wonderful feeling, and I don't drink adult beverages, but it's neat to go in there to see the brick because that's original right there. And of course, A. Parker Books, which is with Dan Dan oh, pooh, I forget Dan's last name. I was just with Dan, who's with Parker. Both of them, the owner of it too. Oh, is that us? Is that oh, Gary has drawn I had no idea. For 40 years, he was never part of the National Cartoon Society. He was absolutely positively not on our list. Know that for a fact. I don't know why he wasn't. Oh, did he move to Florida? Oh, God. That would explain it. And maybe he was set up over there in the Midwest where Davis was and moved to Florida, unfortunately. And now we have to contend with him. Well, he can pack up and leave anytime he wants. Well, of course, that's where uh, it was outside Sarasota, going out to Lido Key, where the Browns were. And I first met Dick Brown there back in when I was at Ringling, 1980, 81, 82. It would have been 82. And of course, met Chris and Chance, and it was Chris and Chance it was Chris specifically who contacted me, wanted me to do a comic strip some 20 years ago because he thought I was good at what I do, whatever it is I do, and thus came Swampy's Florida from that. And that has to do with a great photographer, Clyde Butcher, who's down in Venice. And I ended up doing 19 books about Swampy, and I'm still doing them. I'm going to work on the Valentine's one here. Life has not been easy, and I've stalled out too much. Grateful for those who've helped me, like Melissa Busby. Keep going, and Grace Tuning and supporters. God, well, you got okay. We need to get him out of Ringling. Oh, he's at the Ringling School. I found Ringling School to be a bunch of people from up north, oddly enough, like him, who just wanted to drink booze and go to sleep. Honestly had a teacher there who just who'd nap during class. No kidding. That's why I ended up at the Kubert School because of an editor at the Sentinel Star, Orlando Sentinel, where I was working, or I was actually interning. And now Mark Williams got me going to the Kubert School, and I'm honored because there's not a lot of us who can say that we were trained by Joe Kubert, and some really great artists in the comic book field. I just did a Batman thing over on Facebook because someone was bringing that up. But yeah, we don't want people here in Florida. And if they do, we want them to be appreciating our state. So I hope Gary is going over to something that Bertha Palmer established, which is Spanish Point with an E. That's all shell roads through there. It's wonderful. People dress up in period outfits as they would have back when Palmer originally established it. And yes, I wish Palmer had stayed in Chicago. But anyway, she did establish those things, so I appreciate that. At least. And they're still around, which is even better. Also hope he's going out to Longboat Key and supporting the Moat Marine. I don't mean the garbage they're doing by the highway. I don't care about that. The original Moat Marine laboratory. That's important. And Selby Gardens, Mary Selby Gardens, great botanical area, one of the many, many wonderful botanical, as my ex-wife's book is, Botanical Wonders of Florida. Certainly, that is really nice, and I'm afraid some people come in there that kind of screwed it up, but still, it's there. Yeah, I could tell stories about that John Ringling Bridge. And, of course, St. Armand's Circle, whole 'nother thing. Of course, John D. MacDonald lived over there, Travis McGee being written, 21 books of McGee, 77 books in total by MacDonald. A good deal of those written in Sarasota County, though he was a Yankee from Michigan. And had some odd views of our state, but they're mostly, appreciated. As I said, I just oh, you weren't if Sean, you're still here, I did a taught some class. I will not teach art classes anymore because there's no history. There's no job in it. I mean, unless you wanna sit on a corner and try to sell paintings. An example of that was the class 7 classes I taught, well, about a month ago now, and all 7 classes, about 200 students, not one knew what a comic strip was. I should say was, because it is was. They don't know. It's histoire, because mom and dad aren't bringing the newspaper home for the children to look at the comics, not that they know what they are to go looking for to begin with. I should be doing that different color, shouldn't I? Yeah. As I say, I'm a Florida historian and political gadfly. Cartooning was something went back when it was a viable source of income, which is no longer. No, it's worse than I can't even say it no longer is. You have to say it no longer can be. There's nowhere to go. My friends in animation are all they're not. They have nothing to do anymore. Everything's computer monkey stuff. Most of the skills that I know, whatever those are rather uninteresting for most folks. They don't care. They don't understand it. Why are you drawing with a brush? Why don't you use your computer? And why I don't like to caricature anymore because people don't understand it. I'm going to do it for my friend Steve Brooks. If you're connected with me on Facebook, I'll post those. That'll be May 2nd. And I get asked about doing care. I was just asked here recently. No. If I do it, I charge a lot now. Before I do it free all the time. I do or low price. I don't. The aggro involved just ain't worth it. Just don't understand. Well, maybe the real estate debacle that's occurring here in our state will chase Gary out of here. He'll go back to Indiana where he belongs. Doop, 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 doop. Where's the spring? Yeah, all right. Let's see about plowing all this. Let me get that. Where's that? That's that thing here. Oh, yep. Oh, all right. Open this thing. That's why when the top came off of that other one, I said, okay, good. Made it easier. Good. But if you're in Sarasota, I hope you did get by Parker Books. Parker's God, I was buying from Parker Books. I was buying Florida history from Parker Books back when I was at Ringling and philosophy because I was really hoping to be a philosophy professor. They still have one of the better bookstore. They've got one of the gosh, can I maybe I should even now I'm thinking of all the ones that have closed. I would say it's the best. It's one of the better older bookstores in our state, holding antiquarian. And right beside the Gator Bar. Bow, 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 bow. And tomorrow I'm going to be at a meeting. I hope to be working on the 2 pages on the history of Fort Myers. I really should be trying to ink some of that here. And maybe I will. We'll see after I move. I can do some of that. If I survive all this, we'll see. Okay. Let that dry. I think I am going for the purplish feel here for dress. I am going to do this a little faster than maybe I should be. And thank anyone who's watching. And Sean, thank you. I probably someone would be surprised that now that I think about it too, not used to those of us who don't want people moving to Florida. We don't. I'm not interested in being a shill for the crooked realtor builder developers and lying to people about moving to Florida. It's a dumb idea, and they all want to leave. And I've heard it all. You've heard this all my life, and how much better it is where they came from. You hear that, you just don't want 'em coming here. And then they won't appreciate it, they won't support locally owned businesses. There's a wonderful place called the Hobnob that was in Sarasota, and it closed. Why? Because the morons moving in there weren't going to it because they didn't know where it was because 'cause they're too busy going to McDonald's and Burger King and garbage like that when they could be, supporting the Hobnob. There's someone trying to reopen it, but I think I don't know if they can make it work. They gotta get to these morons who moved down there to get there and support it. I'll do what I can, but after getting hacked to death, it's hard to have the reach I once had. I was just encouraged at the book fair last weekend to get back into the saddle because there's not a lot of folks who have the guts to go after these people and get them to do things. Okay, there's a wide swath of watercolor. We are having an interesting thing happening here politically where some folks that are running for office are speaking exactly as I am because they think as I do that we don't need people moving here, which is absolutely correct. But they're never going to make it because I know how the crooked realtor builder developers are. They're going to take them out down. They're just going to disappear one day. Probably found probably buried in a column of a condo. We are about to have this real estate crash occur, whether it be slow or it's either going to be we have different kinds of sinkholes here: solution and um, collapse. And I think this will be a solution at this point. Could become a collapse. We'll see. If we have a hurricane come in, or if this war keeps going, it could be a collapse, and that would be fine with it. Good. Let's see it. That'll clear out a lot of people who are just here to make money off of developments. We don't want them here. They can go far, 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 far away. We want our natural Florida as much as we can. What's funny is how many Republicans are supporting this idea. Something you usually heard from the Democrat side. We're Republicans. We have a governor's race going on, and where some of this is coming from one of the candidates specifically, who I actually can't support because he hasn't any experience in politics, and so he can't really do anything if he got into office. You don't know the ropes, you ain't gonna make it. I know the ropes. I ain't running for nothing. I like to get things done, so I stay behind the scenes. That's the fun place. Just had our legislature shutter yesterday after last couple of months, and they put us on a roller coaster ride with a lot of nonsense about property taxes, trying to sucker Northerners to move down here. There's no way we can get rid of property taxes here, but these idiots got the paid off press to tell others up north that, oh, we're going to cut our property tax. No, we're not. Idiots listening to that. And in the end, nothing happened, and nothing can. It's not cheaper in Florida, that's for sure. and I'm a cracker. I'm a multi-generation Florida native. That's where I come from. That's why I work so hard at Florida history, trying to educate people, whether they like it or not. I've been doing this for decades. And yeah, some people don't want to hear Florida history gets in the way of a real estate sale. Well, started dealing with that when I started getting involved in all this over 40 years ago. Still dealing with them today. Well, that looks okay. Now I still have some stuff to fill in here. Hello, Andrea. How are you speaking? Oh, you're in Deltona. Yesterday I was in Citrus Springs. I'm sorry, they're never going away. What I'm concerned about, DeSantis is talking about having a special session. Look, they're not going away. And if they go away, as I've said, we have 67 counties, and each count, and that they are so all the taxes go to the state. They can take those 67, that percentage they're taking now, and they can mush it around the 67 counties. They have a lot of leeway. Municipalities and counties do not have that leeway. And so if they're going to charge the tax, because that's the idea, if the state takes it away, the counties and cities will have to charge it. You can absolutely positively, you will see 3 times your taxes at least, because they don't have leeway to scurry around. They have to make sure they have more than enough to cover schools, parks. Of course, the contractors with their hands out for a project. Now, what's interesting about where you are, you guys shouldn't have as much because you're in Deltona, where it's a Mackle Brothers general development project, and they can't really do much. Yeah, I mean, you can't really expand your roads. You can't expand anything. You're stuck. And it should have worked actually. The actual idea of the general development was that everything's rather confined, much like Palm Bay. The problem is that they went ahead and got people to live there, and they expand everything else. So now they try to drive from outside Deltona through Deltona to another place, or the house is having 50 or 30, 10 or 20 people in it. Again, as real estate goes down, we'll see a lot of these people start to go away, as we have in the past, and that'll cut down on traffic significantly. Always has to. Not many people need to go to work. Not many people have traveling. Now, what's stupid is we're still building roads like the lie of 800 people moving here a day. But yeah, it's not going to happen. We have a great property appraiser here, Jimmy Cowan, and Jimmy explains it perfectly. And I heard him do one of these explanations. I went up to him afterwards and said, thank you for doing the right thing, telling the truth, because they don't want to hear it. People want to believe it. I may have said my friend Tony Petrie got yelled at in the property appraiser's office by some clown from out of state who was all angry about his property taxes, and he started yelling at everyone, "You're all going to lose your jobs because property taxes are going away, and they're going to fire all you people." Oh boy, yep. Yeah, you'd like Tony a lot. I think he's been on some of these lives. Good guy. Yeah, he's on here. I forget what his name is on here. Yeah. Actually, the only way the hope to have the taxes go lower is to stop this nonsense, and then then you can start to lower them with expectations that they're gonna go lower, they won't. How's this look? And I'm glad you finally got your shirts done. I just wish you hadn't used AI. I mean, I'm seeing it in so many things. I did something for you about your saying. Didn't I show it to you years ago? I mean, yes, it looks slicker. Yes, you're able to do the shirts, but golly, AI, God. That's why I'm starting to try to make sure I attach to all my posts HI, human intelligence, because it's killing it's bad enough our business is being slaughtered right and left. You know? Yeah, well, I don't think you ever saw the one I did, or did you? I don't remember. As you know, my life has been a bit rocky here. Yeah, I've been thinking about maybe tossing the whole swampy thing because all the hacking and losing so many sites and all. I'm talking about that during the book fair. I mean, it really does seem like it was a consortium of probably builders and developers who took it out because can't have me talking or anyone talking about it. So who was just saying, was it yesterday, wondering if it was a restaurant near here named Swampy's? I don't think they would have gone to that level, but it is thought it was a targeted hit because of how it was done. Someone was mad at me about something, and I know most people are mad at me about being honest about Florida and Florida history. And I learned about some books I could do, that I could do some little story books with the swampy characters. Of course, all of it would be teaching about locations in Florida. So I may do that. We'll see. Who knows? I'll survive moving again. I'm surprised I survive all this stuff. Yeah, those are AI. That person didn't digitally do that. That was AI. You can tell the difference. Well, it's like my friend who did this little book. New friend, by the way. Well, actually, she's a sister of an older friend, but she did a little book, and I looked at it. I said, "There's AI here," and she was. Yesterday. I saw her, and I was kind of asking her about. I was asking her about that. She was being very. She didn't want to talk much about it. She said, "No, no, I drew them." And I said, "Well, you colored them?" She said, "Well, I didn't color them. My grandson colored them." And I said, "Okay, he's using AI because they look like AI. You can tell. That's the only problem with AI is that they really look like AI." You know, and he's 13 for heaven's sakes. He's a kid. He's her grandson. So, yeah, that's the real sick thing is that people are creating this stuff and acting as if they actually did it, which is what this lady did and what your friend's doing. They're actually acting like they drew it, they colored it, no, they hit some buttons and it got poof, it's there in minutes. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's easy to do. It's like using a calculator. The problem and by the way, we saw that massive job loss at, first quarter. That was because of AI, guys, and no one's talking about it. The media doesn't want to talk about it because if they talked about it, you'd start to realize just how destructive this is. But yes, that was all AI, and so many jobs. We're going to lose so many people. Are going to lose so many jobs. Because my friend I was staying with, Kim Allen, who I think may be listening, her son's got a good job. He works on cars and mechanical things. Well, AI can't do that, and it's not going to be able to do that. Machines are doing what machines can do, and you have to have people who can fix the machine. So those are good jobs. It's people doing things in a computer thing, any of the stuff, any secretarial stuff that's already mostly gone. You all don't. Some of y'all have no idea how many jobs were lost between 1980s and 1990s just because of digital stuff. This AI isn't new; it's old. It's just getting more obvious. One reason we had massive firing in Orlando City Hall was because we just didn't need those people anymore. And the problem is, despite what some people will say, much like like you say in the stock market, let it ride. You stay in the stock market, you keep making money. That's a lie. It's the same is true with AI. It's not going to get better. It's going to get much worse, involving jobs because there's no jobs to replace the jobs that are being taken away. Just isn't. Yeah, she definitely used, and let me guess it was she. Terrible. But yeah, I mean, she definitely I'm seeing a bunch of friends, a friend just posting he's doing a political fundraiser and he's running for county commission, and that's all AI. And he has no idea he's taking work away from people who can really create this stuff. He's just going to some chat GPT type thing, and then there's various programs you can go into. You just click a few words, and you can have any whatever it is in no time. Have to wait for people like me. I'm grateful. I've got some book projects, and I admit I haven't been able to get to them. And yeah, both authors could go to AI, and they have gone to AI before and get it done in minutes, and not have to wait for me. You'd say, "Sure, to me, right." You can't do this. I mean, understand this whole thing I've done here, which we're clocking in half hour here. Oh no, I guess I'm over half hour, almost an hour here, plus the half hour I did on Facebook. You could do this whole thing by saying, I want a fairy flying through flowers, and it could make it inside of 3 or 4 minutes, if not two. So why have me do it when you can just click it? And they'll say that's progress, guarantee. And this is what Caleb will grow up with. It's called progress, and I'll believe it. Now that you just cost 300 people their jobs. The reality of AI. So, you know, so how's that look? Let me put it down. Let me have a bird's eye view. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this palette's in the way. I'll poop. Let's kick something off. Because I tell you one thing that helps doing this is that I can look up on the screen and see it. I'm I usually don't get into all of this kind of political stuff while I'm doing this. I am right now because it's come up. Ugh, I hate hearing about people moving to Florida. I'm grateful what Sean does. He helps teach history. The more we can understand history, the more we would understand. Don't move to Florida. Don't move from your home, your neighbors, your family, your friends, your heritage. Geez, you got to stay there, or else it's gone. As we've seen here in our state, as every state has seen. Anyway, how's that look? What do you think? Look okay? It's 9 by oh, I gotta do the wing, which is where I had the iridescent paint. Iridescent paint. I'm gonna go live tomorrow at 7 o'clock here. I think I was gonna paint it tomorrow, so maybe I'll just do another one. I'm definitely gonna do something involving the good people. Get the top off. Let me just brush best I can. Yeah, if you look at those things that, videos that Sean posted of cartoonist, that is a skill not know that's going away. People don't know that, how to how to do it, even how to approach it. And yes, you can just press a few buttons and do exactly what they're doing. It'll look a little different. And it's taking from all of us. The AI stuff takes from all of us. So the AI results are artwork from, hundreds of millions of people over centuries and producing what you see. As I said, I see so many using it. That's what's important to see what people can do with their hands. So what Sean's posting is critical to understand that you just can't. I need a little darker. Thank you all for being here. But I hope you saw a lot of those shirts, Andrea. Make some money off of it, despite how you got done. And I know you weren't trying to do anything bad against anyone. I know you didn't do that. And as I say, that's exactly it. People don't think about it. They're trying to get you to use a program, not trying to tell you what the results are. I don't That's something about the hair bugs me. It's flat. I don't like it being flat. You should do something about that. It's a little too flat for me. Look, I got an iridescent finger. Stuff's not really good to have on your hands, by the way. All right. That out of the way. Oh, so I was going to say, Andrews and Deltona created by General Development and the Mackle Brothers, and I was in Citrus Springs yesterday, created by General Development and the Mackle Brothers. It's funny driving through these because they all are built the same. Driving around curves, and it's all residential. There's no businesses. Get real lost because you start thinking you're in the other place. Because Palm Bay, Port St. Lucie, Citrus Springs, Citrus Hill, Deltona, Cape Coral. Cape Coral's the only really different one because they had to contend with canals. And they were all corrupt. Most everyone went to prison. There we go. Add a little bit of down. Look at that. We'll get a little bit of depth here. Hey, 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 we're the monkeys. I'm gonna go back over these lines, but I won't do that here because I need this to dry before I can do it. And it's not gonna dry enough, I don't think, before I get done. I bet you are. I see a little depth in there. Alright, I think that's good enough. And by the way, I just, also mentioned, unlike Minutes in AI, this is 47 years professionally as an illustrator and cartoonist and so on and so forth. A lot of time figuring out how all this stuff works. Ooh, I like a little more depth in there too. Oh, Mark Stein. You like older music? Mark Stein's program on Serenade Radio, which will be at 1 a.m. Eastern time. The time changes. UK hasn't done the time change yet, but it's a really good program tonight, especially the second half, which I'm actually going to post. I'm posting most of the second half on my Facebook page tomorrow afternoon. Really, really good. And you can do AI music too. People are doing it. That's what young people, that's all they're gonna know in the future. They're just not gonna even understand it. I mean, much like people can't imagine, why would you take a horse and wagon somewhere? Well, because you had to. You wanna really get around. Now they say about cars, and then they say about planes, and yeah, but you sacrifice, and that's what people aren't prepared for. It's a sacrifice. And I'm adding far more detail than I did the other ones. Bound to happen, huh? So I just need to add that in there. All right. So I still haven't signed this, have I? No. Well, one reason I would like to keep doing Swampy's Florida is that you can't do AI with Florida history. My friend Tom, lawyer friend Thomas Hockman was talking about the benefits of Chat GPT. So I gave it a question about Florida history. I gave it a number of questions. I got answers. Every single one was wrong. So I know that I can do something that it can't, and that's not going to make me any money, but at least I know something I can do that it can't do. I'm not saying we'll never do. I doubt it because you have to really to know when you deal with unqualified variables and you start to place all those together, eventually you're going to have bad information, and so that does. I'm just concerned about kiddies who are using it for tests and such, because that is not what you use for such. You have to read, you have to learn. You do, you really do. All right. I just need to sign them. And I need to go over these lines, but it's too wet. I know that. But I will, as is often pointed out, I forget to sign things. Oh, wow. There you go. I'll add, so the final one will have some different lines to it as I soften those a bit. Maybe I'll do a little bit of that. I don't want this to go too long, though. I got to watch my time. So I'm over an hour. Oop, I just put my finger in it. Gee, dang it. There we go. I think I'm going at this a lot slower because I am tired. But you keep to painting these on noontime days. After long I've wakened. Ooh, I need to color her eyes. I didn't do that. Whoopsie. Been coloring them all green. 'Cause again, if you're watching, you give a thumbs up. I appreciate it, or don't, which is up to you. Boom, 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 boom. I'll go see what Gar the Ghoul's doing after this. I'll post this sometime tomorrow, probably. There you go. Hopefully that looks okay. Curious. Oh, one thing I do want to do. Hold it. One thing I do want to do. I forgot to do the other one. I want to make those wings look like there may be emotion a bit more. Get back that iridescent paint. A little bit of motions. Cut this close. And you're not going to really be able to see it well. Just a bit of that, just a little sensors. But those wings may be fluttering a bit. All right. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Rob Smith here. Have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m., and doing something with a leprechaun, with one of the good people. And always abide by the good people. Take care. Bye bye.